Has it been a long time since you've heard from me? Well, I'm here to talk about something very important. I'm here to talk about vaginas because there's a lot of us that have them, maybe half of the world, maybe not. And I've been reading like so many smutty books and like I feel a little bit insecure, and I know that there's a lot of women out there that must feel insecure. And I think that we just need to get past this hurdle that I'm going to talk about. Now, to give you a backstory, the reason why I'm a bit insecure about my vagina is because of a situation that happened when I was a teenager and I had a boyfriend who was a bit toxic and he did some toxic things and he scarred me for a very, very long time. And also because like my brain just works a bit different and I'm just like, wait a minute, what are you tasting? What are you feeling? And in these books, it's just ridiculous how they just do whatever they want. Like she went to the gym, she was in the gym for an hour and then he came out of nowhere and then he went down on her like, yeah, right. No, you're not doing that. And I know that these books live in a fantasy world. I know that. And listen, this might be really uncomfortable for you to listen to. And actually, maybe it's just secondhand embarrassment of the things that I'm about to say that you might just be like, what is she saying? Or maybe you're just going to be so thankful and grateful that I'm actually saying these things. And maybe like loads of men can listen to them and then they can also comment. Because today I had a video shoot for a music video called Break Me. And I was talking to the videographer on the way home about it because I knew that I was coming home to record this video. And I was asking him all of the questions like, so have you gone down on a girl and then this like and how did it taste and then like versus what taste and that tasted and I did come prepared with some investigation to share with you guys. But honestly, the reason why I'm doing this is like because I just want to like confirm a baseline for all of us so then like we could just like have fun here, because what I'm considering as a stance in my brain is that I think that penises should go into the mouth, vaginas should go into the mouth, we should all be having genitals in the mouth when we're being sexual, and if we're not doing that then we should definitely be doing that. And I just want to like reassure people because I want to reassure myself. And then so then maybe if I post this video and then people like comment saying, and by the way, not that a lot of people have the courage to comment that, but by the way, and maybe you will have the courage to comment that and say, yeah, I also feel the same way as you, darling. Like I've said, I've carried this anxiety for a very, really long time. And actually now more than ever, I'm just like, do you know what? Take me as I am, put your mouth in my genital and lick it and suck it and shut up and just do it, please. And I don't care anymore. Let me give you the background story. So I was a teenager and I was having like my first, it probably wasn't my first, but it was my first with a boyfriend, an infection. And I knew something was wrong down there. The smell that I knew I was going to experience, it was a terrible, terrible smell. I wasn't fine. Anyways, I had this toxic boyfriend, like I said, and he was like really pushy about sex. And he was like, oh, come on, let's just do it. And I said to him, like, no, I'm not feeling great down there. And he was like, no, but like, it'll be fine. I said, fine, let's do it. Let's have sex. So I gave into his, I forgot what that word is when you tell your friends to do things and they don't want to do it. And it's like a bad thing. And it's like peer pressure. So then I gave him to his peer pressure and I had sex with him. And Lord behold, I don't know what that means. I don't know why I said Lord behold. What does that even mean? Lord behold. Of course, a woof of a bad smell came from that area. And it was terrible. Anyways, but the reason why it scarred me is his reaction. So he was like, oh, what's that smell? Oh, that's disgusting. Now that I'm older, it's actually quite funny because like that is disgusting. It was disgusting. I told you it'd be disgusting and here we are doing it and you forced me to do it. So take the disgustingness. But back then I was just so embarrassed. I was mortified. I was like, that is disgusting. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with my vagina? Why does my vagina experience things like this? Excuse me, like stop it, please. There's no stopping the vagina, by the way. I've learned that very, 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 very many times before. So that just kind of stayed with me. So, but because I'm a highly sexual person with like these imaginations and stuff, I want my, and I keep saying that I want my genitals licked. I know that that's not a sexy way of saying it, yeah? So let me just stop saying that. I want oral sex, right? And I want it. Please, I want it all the time. So then, especially after all of these books. So then, of course, I'm going to let my boyfriend do it, even though I'm so nervous and I'm like, oh my gosh, let me have a shower. So no way would a guy go down on me if I haven't had a shower just now. Like I've just like, even if I go to his house, I'd be like, can I have a shower, please? So then it could happen. But actually, did I ever go to their house? No, they always came to my house. And that's what I was able to have a shower before somebody went down on me. And even then, because obviously like I had this anxiety for a long time, I was always like monitoring myself. So then I'd put my fingers in between the, in the caves and then smell my fingers and I'd be like, but that smells like vagina. Why does my vagina smell like vagina? And then I'd have a shower and then like I'd do the same thing. And then I could still smell a little bit of a vagina there, like why? And I used to talk to everybody that was female that was in my life. I used to talk to them about it. I used to say, so what does your vagina smell like? And why doesn't it, like my vagina, it does this and it does that. And I had a friend once, and she said she reckons that what I think is disgusting is actually the normal thing that men really, really like. Anyways, we'll get into that later on in the video, which probably won't be that later because this might be a quick video. Anyway, so then of course I'll let him go down on me, even though I'm really anxious, even though I'm like pulling his head up and I'm like, no, maybe not. And he's like, come on, just let me do it. And then I'll be like, and then I'll just give into it. And then I'll literally be like, maybe even holding his head while he's going down and kind of like pushing it away a little bit, and then he'll like lick me, and sorry if this is so graphic and very descriptive, then he will lick me, and then because it will feel good, I'd like kind of stop like pushing him away, and then I'll start, okay, it's fine. And lucky I had like really patient boyfriends after my toxic one, because like what the heck is that? Anyway, so then he'll finish, I will come, orgasm, because am I coming? I don't know. Do I have squirty? No. So I'll orgasm, and then he'll come back up to kiss me. And then what do I smell on his lips? He kisses me. What do I taste on his lips? I taste the thing that I don't like, that I monitored all this time. So then I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. But he doesn't seem to care. But I'm the one that's like, this is so embarrassing, this is so embarrassing. I don't say these things, obviously, because like I've got to, you know, to keep cool. But I'm feeling those things. So then obviously the next time I'm still anxious, and the next time I'm still trying to control his head while he's going down there. Anyways, the point is that I got so obsessed with this topic, and I still very am obsessed with it, because like when I go to the gym and I come home from the gym and I have a shower, like I can smell something that I would absolutely not want anybody else to smell it. No, thank you. No, thanks. So then I'm just like here, like really irritated, like why does my vagina? So then I went to ChatGPT and I spoke to that AI about it. And basically he, because I call him a he, was saying to me that like everything that I'm describing is so normal. Like, of course, when you go to the gym, you've got glands down there, and then they're going to sweat. And then of course, like that mixes with this and that. And then like, obviously then it produces this. And I say, yeah, but like after my period is like, yes, because what's happening in your period is this and that. And then it's like, yeah, but before my period, and like basically the whole month of a female vagina just goes through an adventure that I don't want her to go through. Like, can you just stay still? But I cannot get my vagina to stay still. My vagina does what it wants. But the point is that you can get to a clean place, which I was talking to the guy on the way home today, that you can get to a clean place after a shower where the genitals is at its least strong smell. Right? And then when it's that, then it's okay. And it's like enjoyable and it's nice because it's just a genital. Anyways, and the other thing that I wanted to comment on, right, is that I think that girls are really embarrassed about this, because I think that there's been a lot, not only in sexuality, but in all things, like women just seem to just be a punching bag sometimes. And I was like, why are men not the punching bag and women are the punching bag? Right, if the camera moved a little bit, it's because like the SD card decided to malfunction, and here I am again. What was I even saying? Right, I was just about to say that the men have, so it's not just women that have a genital smell, like all genitals have a smell. So then when I went down on my boyfriend and I gave him head, I could also taste the thing that I didn't like on myself. I could taste it on him too. So it's not just the vagina that has a genital taste and a smell, it's also the penis has it too. And obviously the vagina has so much more going on that then it mixes with other things, so then it can become more stronger, more muscular, more this, more that. But at the baseline, it does always have a scent and a smell, which is the genital scent and smell. And I think that that's what we have to like come to grips with. So like I wanted to really get into like what that taste and smell is, because that's what I got obsessed with. Like, no, but what does it smell like? Yeah, but how can you like that? No, but does it smell like this? Because the other thing is as well is that men who are maybe a little bit disrespectful, they start saying, oh, she smells like fish. And it's like, well, is that fish? Do I smell like fish? And I didn't know if the genital smell smells fishy or not, right? So then I got a really good explanation as to the smell that I'm talking about. So when you go into a room and somebody says like, oh, it smells like sex in here, and you know yourself, like if you put your fingers down your thing, you're like, oh, it smells like vagina. Or if you touch your penis, oh, it smells like penis. Like, you know the smell that I'm talking about. It smells like sex in here. That's the smell that's absolutely normal, and people sometimes like it. And obviously the blander it is, the better it is, because obviously if it's something that's quite strong, you don't want to taste something that's so strong. But if it's really light in the taste, then it's fine to have it, right? And I think that that's what I'm coming to accept, is that sex taste and smell, the genital taste and smell is normal, and it can be enjoyable as long as it's at its lightest concentration. The good thing is that when you become aroused, the liquid that comes out of you actually changes a little bit, and it becomes like it tastes like nothing. So if you taste yourself like before you are aroused, you taste a little bit like maybe tangy, and then if you taste yourself after you're aroused and it's mixed with that liquid, you taste a little bit bland, like it tastes like nothing. So arousal does change the taste. So if somebody's going to go down on you, make sure that you're teasing, so then you can get all them juices going before he goes down there and tastes you. Because if he goes down there and tastes you out of nowhere without it being wet a little bit, then I actually don't know what's going to happen. Because I'll never do that. Like, if a guy's going down on me, I'm already aroused. And I guess the other thing, which I don't really want to admit, is that some people just have preferences, right? So then they're just like, do you know what? I don't want genitals in my mouth. And for me, I find that horrific. Why do you not want genitals in your mouth? Please, put them in your mouth, suck it, enjoy it, okay? And it's heartbreaking, but I have to include it that some people just don't have the preference, and they just don't want it. And you know, some people are like, have trauma, like me, for example. I have the trauma of that taste and smell, that they just might, you know, be like, oh, that's disgusting, and it might make them want to vomit. Also, some people might be heavily religious, or they might be heavily into science, and they might have all these phobias. So then they don't like, and they don't want specific things in their mouth, including the taste of sex and the taste of genitals. So I have to respect that some people are like that, but we have to have these conversations in the dating phase before you even go into sex with them, so then you can clear it up. Like, do you like oral sex? Do you do oral sex? To see if they're like, oh, why are you talking about that for? And the answer to that is that it's very important for people to be on the same page sexually, so then nobody is insecure and nobody is scared and everybody's comfortable. And that's why we talk about sexual things before they happen. Not because we're perverted or because we're trying to get you to have sex. No, it's because of comfort and of information that's important, so you know what you're doing and you know what everybody's comfortable with. So that's the answer to that. So I guess like what helped me in the end is all of this talking that I did with the AI, all of this investigation that I did a while back, all of this reading where they always make it so perfect, and they're always like, I love your taste, oh, I love your smell, oh, I love your feel, oh yeah, I want all the wetness in my mouth. Like, they're always this perfect guy that just enjoys the female autonomy. So because of all of that, it's just made me so hungry for oral sex. All these books made me so hungry. And I guess then that it's like, okay, then I have to accept that this is my vagina. So then it does have a genital smell. It is very gentle if you have a shower. It becomes more not gentle, stronger the more that the day goes by. It becomes very strong if you go to the gym. So I don't know what Sarah J. Maas in the City of Crescent City, that series, right? She was in the gym and he went down on her. It's like, I don't know how you're going to do that. I don't know. I don't know how you've been on a road for a whole week, right? Fighting demons, not being able to have a shower. And then he just goes down on you out of nowhere. I don't know how you're doing that, darling, because that's not happening with the real humans. So aside from all of that fantasy world where he just goes down on you in the middle of nowhere, and you know what? If there's women out there who can go a whole day, right, and then she doesn't become like more stronger in the genital smell and then more muscular, like, I just want to hear from those women, because I want to know what their diet is like. I want to know what they're doing, because my diet has improved, but I'm still experiencing a vagina that has a journey. She's on an adventure. My vagina doesn't stay still. And my diet has improved a lot. Okay, maybe my emotions haven't improved a lot. Maybe I am still extremely depressed and extremely sad about life. Maybe that has something to do with it. Like, my emotions are actually making my vagina go on the journey with me. So if I'm unhappy, so is my vagina. I don't know if that's the thing or not. Maybe spiritual people will say, of course that's the thing, Naina. Of course. If you're happy, your vagina's going to smell better. Please, if that's the case, I need to be happy. But it's so very hard in this world to be happy. Regardless of that, I'm going to have a shower before, and I'm not going to be anxious after I have a shower. And no, I'm not going to let him go down on me if I've been a whole day at work. I come home, let me lick your pussy. It's like, let me have a shower and then you can lick my pussy. But having said all of that, right, I am more feeling love towards my vagina, because then I know it isn't something that's in my control. It's probably not even in my vagina's control. It's just to do with just DNA and autonomy of the body that is just not even in my control. Because if it was, I'll choose it differently, obviously. I'd be like, you're going to smell like strawberries. You're going to taste like strawberries. And that's all that you're going to taste and smell like. And the ChatGPT guy, he was basically saying that I should really avoid trying to change my autonomy. That because I was thinking, like, maybe if I become famous and rich one day, I'm going to invest in like vagina stuff, and I'm going to be like, no, I want my vagina to taste like strawberries. How can we do that in a healthy way? And right now there's no healthy way. Like, it just mixes up with the pH of the vagina, whatever it's called, and whatever you do to it, it just upsets it and it becomes worse. And all of the products right now, that's what he was saying, is just not healthy for the vagina. The only thing that's healthy for the vagina is if you wash it with a gentle soap with water, not inside. Don't wash it inside, just in the outside, and let your body do the rest. So that's what he was saying. But I just want to taste like strawberries. And I know some people are like, oh, if you eat pineapples, you're going to taste like pineapples. But I'm still smelling the genital. So I might taste like pineapple, but I still smell the genital. So I don't know how to get rid of that. And he's saying that I shouldn't be trying to get rid of that. And if I had an option, I actually would get rid of it. Unfortunately, I would. I'd be like, nope, just strawberries from here on out, please. But unfortunately, that's not the case. There is a genital here happening, and the genital has a scent, and sometimes it's strong, sometimes it's weak, and when it's weak you could go lick it, and when it's not weak you may not lick it. So if you take anything from this video, just take the fact that the vagina is not supposed to be neutral all of the time, which is the word that I've been trying to find throughout this whole video. It's a neutral vagina, and the neutral vagina is where the scent is like very, very light. But having also said that, I think that there's a lot of young girls who don't think of this stuff, and I think that it's really important that you don't put yourself in a situation where you make somebody else feel uncomfortable. And same with the man. Like, if you haven't had a shower the whole day, like, please don't ask somebody to go licking your genitals, because it will be stronger. So I think that we should be aware in that sense, unless of course you're one of those, what they call them, pink unicorns, where you have 100% had feedback from different men, because sometimes men don't even have a strong scent of smell and taste. So you had it from all different men, that you have gone the whole day without showering. Even the next day in the morning, somebody goes down on you, and the last time you had a shower was like yesterday morning, right? And they go down on you and you taste like nothing. If that's the case, I really, really want to hear from you. Please, please come and talk to me. But if that's not the case, just be aware that there is a journey in the vagina, and you just need to go with it. Hello, I'm talking about vaginas.
Okay, great. I think I'm gonna go.
Would you like to say hello to Sparkle, because she's a baby? Hi, as usual. Hi, Bam Bam. How are you? And I'm a bit jealous of my dog's vagina. Did you just lick the microphone? I'm jealous of her vagina because it's just always, I'm not going to show it to you. I was just about to show it to you. That's very inappropriate. It's always on show. It's always dry. And that's the other thing as well. It's like when something is always packed away like the human vagina, then obviously like it becomes more sweaty and stuff. Her vagina is always on show, it's always out, and so then I don't think she has the same problem as humans do. Do you, my juju bum bum? Do you, baby? Okay then. Anyway, so I hope you have found this video, I was gonna say entertaining. That's not my that's not my aim here. My aim is for education and to make people feel better and to spread awareness and to also maybe get some feedback to see if we're all on the same page here. And we're not on the same page as dogs, unfortunately, which I'd prefer to be. And so then maybe we do have room in the future to improve the human vagina, and then we could just walk around with no underwear, like always like airing out our vagina, so then it never sweats. Maybe that's the answer, but obviously I live in a cold country. I can't go around doing that. Can I, Sparkle? Right, until next time, I'll be back with another video about something else. Right, see you later.